The top 10 advantages of exercise. Hello there! In this video, we'll go through the 10 established advantages of exercising. What is the purpose of this video? Because physical activity and lack of exercise are serious issues everywhere, but particularly in the United States. It has been proven that inactivity is linked to higher mortality. Physical activity and exercise aren't the same thing, technically. For our purposes, I'll just claim that exercise is a more structured kind of physical activity, even if they shouldn't be used interchangeably. I indicated earlier that exercise lowers mortality. Several observational studies have formed the basis of this. If you didn't already know, there are various types of research that can be conducted. Although observational studies aren't the highest quality of research, it's challenging to investigate exercise since participants cannot be randomly assigned to a group for a set period of time and then observed over time. Studying nutrition and many other topics in medicine fall under these many divisions in the same way as these others. Why do I say that? There is a study that was published on CNN that said that physical activity is worse than smoking. This may or may not be accurate, but I won't base my thinking on that one study because I am aware of how challenging these studies are and the fact that you cannot draw firm conclusions from just one study. Since no study can be completely accurate, especially when it comes to nutrition and exercise. In order to examine people throughout time, for instance, you cannot simply divide people into several groups. That isn't how things operate. These individuals will smoke but will not exercise. These people are going to smoke and work out. These folks will not smoke, but they will exercise. And these people will not smoke, but they will exercise. Although those four categories are distinct, you cannot group people together and make them perform these tasks. This is unethical because you can't just tell someone that, hey, listen, you're going to smoke for the research for a very long period because you know we're trying to get good results here. The second, it has been demonstrated to improve the effects on the heart and the cardiovascular system as a whole. For example, there is a lower chance of coronary events, which means a heart attack and a lower risk of cardiac death. The overall blood pressure will improve. The third, exercise has been linked to better insulin sensitivity and blood sugar regulation. It has been shown that people who consistently exercise have a lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Along with everything else we're discussing, nutrition also plays a significant role in that. However, in this video, we will concentrate on exercising. As a result, exercise has been found to reduce the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. The fourth, reduction of cancer risk. Can exercising help avoid cancer? The established benefits of which include breast, colorectal, intestinal, prostate, endometrial, and pancreatic cancer risk reduction. The fifth, you have a lower chance of getting obese. Obese people are more likely to lose weight. Therefore, exercise by itself will aid in fat loss. Dieting properly and following a decent dietary plan will help you lose fat on your own. A healthy diet and regular exercise together have an enormous greater impact on fat loss than either one alone. It functions somewhat like a fat burner. The sixth, reduce the risk of bone fractures and osteoporosis. When you perform weight-bearing activities, you get this advantage. Thus, lifting weights enhances bone mineral density, lowering the risk of osteoporosis and fractures while also reducing the likelihood of these conditions. Women are more susceptible to osteoporosis, particularly as they age, should pay particular attention to this. The 7th, want to stop smoking. Well, exercise aids in the cessation of smoking. I highly recommend it. Number 8. Exercise has been linked to a lower risk of gallstones. Your gallbladder contains gallstones. Well, maybe not all of them, but some of them can develop in your gallbladder, in this tiny space close to the liver. Additionally, there may be times that the gallbladder can get irritated by the gallstones, which can then pass through this little channel to leave the gallbladder. And when that takes place, an infection may appear there. It is referred to as cholecystitis. None of us desire it. The 9th, exercise is linked to sharper mental function, keeping your brain active. This could potentially lessen your risk of developing dementia. However, such research have not yet come to a definitive conclusion. 10th, it lessens worry, tension, and the likelihood of developing depression. What happens when you exercise, now that you think about it? Talking about that runner's high, but you also get that high from lifting weights or engaging in high-intensity interval training. There is an increase of norepinephrine, an adrenaline-like substance, which is what is happening. You have norepinephrine, dopamine, and serotonin flowing. Your brain is actively producing neurotransmitters and other chemicals, which causes you to feel happy at that precise instant. You're like, whoo, and then you kind of come back down to your baseline. After the workout, you kind of return to your usual baseline, where you were before the workout. But then what happens is that you repeat the process and return to your new baseline, which is a little bit higher than your previous baseline. As a result, you experience this spike in your brain's natural neurotransmitters. I must repeat it, and this time the height will be a little higher. It will eventually rise. I'd be able to do it for 30, 60, or 90 days. Exercise and you'll experience mental well-being more frequently than you did before. If you can, I advise doing it every day, possibly 1 or 2 days off. Nevertheless, the more, the better. I hope you liked watching this video. If you did, please click the like button. Don't hesitate to subscribe as well. In addition, you can share this with your friends. Please share your ideas with me regarding the topics we ought to tackle next. I appreciate you watching this video. Have a great day!